Good morning. Hey, it's Mornings with James once again on this Wednesday, another beautiful day in southern Alberta, and a lot of amazing things happening. For those of you that know me, you know a lot of the presentations that I do here, a lot of the Facebook Lives I do, are based on inspirations I get from people around me, based on, say, maybe something I'm going through, or something a friend is going through, or something I've just seen happen, or something that has come to my attention. So this morning we're talking about staying the course. We're talking about having faith in ourselves in the face of adversity, and I've talked about this before, but let's really narrow it down. Let's really get to the point where, when you want to make something really great happen and it doesn't happen, and you start to lose faith in yourself. You start to doubt whether you can make it happen or whether something good is ever going to happen. I hear this a lot from friends around me that maybe they've been single for a while, or they've had one problematic relationship after another. And they sit there and they say, you know what, I don't know what's wrong with me. I think I'm a good person, whatever, but I just keep on dating these people that are just so wrong for me, or I just keep having these experiences that are so wrong. Okay, let's stop right here. We all want something out of life. And for everybody joining in right now, hey, I wish you guys all a great morning. It is a beautiful Wednesday morning, and we're looking forward to just an incredible day and a really busy weekend coming up. Have faith in yourself and what you have the power to create. Now, I look at some of my friends, they have these amazing relationships, and they have these people that back them up, and it's just incredible to watch some of the experiences that they share on Facebook. And you know what? I say my hat's off to you guys. Good, great that you found that person that you just love. Now, we're talking a little bit about relationships this morning, but it's also indicative about everything else in life. When you want something so bad that all you focus on is the wanting, I'm here to tell you that wanting, it's a very, very low vibration, and it is a very negative space to come from. Okay? Now, I realize it can be hard to get out of that negativity, and it can be hard to have faith in the fact that something incredible is waiting right around the corner. But think of it this way. What normally happens when we try to find something, try and find that special person, try and find that ideal job, and we force it with our conscious mind, and we try because we want so badly for it to happen, what ends up happening? The complete opposite of that. If you're one of those people in that position right now where you've got this desire to make this stuff happen and you just want so much, I want you to step back from it. And Jesse joining in right now, good morning, and Winter and everyone joining along for the ride this morning. I wish you all a very, very good morning. And let's look at this. When we want something so bad, okay, now it's okay to want, it's okay to desire, but the problem is when we want and that want becomes our all-consuming thing, it actually prevents us from doing the right things in life so that we can actually create the opportunity for that very thing that we want to become a reality. Now think about this, right? How often have we struggled to make something happen instead of just letting it be just an extension of our natural self? I've used these three words before many, many times: desire, belief, and expectation. When you desire something, that's great. Then you have to believe that desire will come true. When we want and we're stuck in that want, and all we are able to say is, I just wish it would happen. I just wish this would happen. I just wish, I want this so bad. We're in a really negative headspace, and all we're doing is wanting, and wanting is an actual mind state. Wanting is that desirous thing. It's like, I want to have this relationship with this person. And you're doing all these things, and that person looks at you and go like, hey, dude, you are like completely negative right now. I don't want to be in a relationship with somebody like that. And you can see how the law of oppositions then kicks in. So the more you want something, and the more that you stay in that mind space of wanting, the less that very thing is going to happen. Because what is the mind state of wanting? The mind state of wanting is knowing that you don't have it. Or it's not believing that you can have it, and it's looking at it and going like, yeah, I wish I could have this. So what you're actually doing is you're actually sending out to the universe a very negative signal that says, I don't have this. I don't have this. I'm not going to have this. I am not having this right now. And what that does is that means that these great things that you want to have happen, they are not going to happen because you're not creating the opportunity for them to happen. Okay? Now, if you're feeling a little confused about it, let's look at the difference between just wanting, I just want to have a great relationship. I want to have a good job, or I want to quit smoking, or I want to be healthier. I want. Okay? Now, think of that versus desire, belief, and expectation. I desire to be my own natural, healthiest self. I desire to be better and better each day and in every way. Now, I believe I can do that. So what happens after you desire it, then all of a sudden there becomes the action that goes along with believing. So if you believe that you're worthy of a great relationship or worthy of better health, if you believe that you can have that, then what ends up happening? Well, we then begin to act as if we've already got it. You begin to act as if the very thing that you want, that you desire, is now your reality. Well, think about it. You talk about, having a job and then dressing for the job that you desire, and people are always there's always a joke that goes along with it. The guy comes into work one day and he's dressed up as Batman, and he says, "Yeah, the boss told me I should dress for the job that I really want, and I want to be Batman." Well, that's just not realistic. And then, of course, the next thing you see, the guy's out of a job because he got fired. That's not realistic. But what is realistic when we talk about all the things we've got going on? If you want to dress for the job that you desire, and you have a job that, say, doesn't support a dress code right now, but maybe it's a supervisor position or maybe it's the manager's position, then you start dressing more like a manager, as long as that doesn't, cause any problems at work. Of course, your work situation, your life situation. Same thing. You desire to make a healthy change. You desire to be smoke-free. Well, you're never going to be smoke-free if you keep on buying cigarettes. You're never going to be healthier if you don't stop eating the food you're not supposed to eat and you start, doing the healthy things you need to do. How can you be healthier if you never start going to the gym, or if you never, put those carbs away that aren't doing you any good? You have to have that action plan, and then you have to expect success. Desire, belief, and expectation, all these things come together to make amazing things happen. So on this Wednesday morning, if you're sitting there right now and you're thinking to yourself, hey, wait a minute, what's wrong with me? I want this thing, whatever that thing is. I want it so bad. Maybe you're sitting there and you've reconnected with an old friend, or you've reconnected on Facebook with a group, and you just want to create more of that in your life. You want to have that more in your life. That's great. But that want, that should never digress from you actually being able to do your job, do your life, and be your own best self. Keep in mind, through all of this stuff that's going on, when you want, you must also still continue to be your own best natural self. Because if in wanting, all of a sudden you start changing who you are, well, maybe I can be that better person by changing who I am. Well, no. You've got so many years invested in being yourself. Be your best self. Know yourself. Know who you are and accept yourself for that. We all have good friends, and people might look at them and they might say, well, hey, listen, how are you friends with that person? They do this, this, and this. And I might say, hey, I can be that person's friend because I know who they are and I accept them for who they are. Don't we all just want to be friends with people? Don't we all just want to be friends with people who are just their own best self? And don't we actually just want to be our best self? How many times have you actually run into a friend who's gotten into a relationship or gotten into a situation, maybe a job situation, you said, you're not the same person anymore. You're doing things differently. And maybe that different thing they're doing, maybe that is better or for the better, or maybe it's not for the better. How many times has that happened? And you like to say something to them, but you can't. Because guess what? You can't live their life for them. You can't make the changes for them. Only they can do it. And the best thing that anyone can do is that your friends do their thing their way. And you know what? Even to spite themselves, they may pass from it. You know, a friend of mine, Mark Campbell. Mark Campbell, by the way, is going to be on the show tomorrow morning. And we're going to be talking about the downtown parking situation, maybe some other things. I watched one of his posts on Facebook about dealing with his friends and supporting his friends that struggle with alcoholism, and how somebody had been almost 30 years free, and how others had succumbed to it. These are really, really important. That sharing is important, and we kind of get to mark that journey that they make. But here's the really important thing to keep in mind, okay? As much as you love your friends, you cannot live their life for them. You might desire that they become free. You might be with somebody and you wish they would make some positive change happen. But really, it's their life. And in order for them to own their life, in order for them to own their success, they've got to do it themselves. And once again, for more people joining in right now, welcome to the show. And I thank you guys for tuning in and joining in. Talking about desire, belief, and expectation, and talking about that low vibration of wanting. When we want things so badly that it consumes our focus, and it just sends out that vibration, that energy that all we just feel like we're lacking. And that's the problem with wanting something so bad. It's we are lacking, and we're sending out that universal message of lacking. Instead of talking about the fact that we're abundant, instead of talking about the fact that we're healthy, that amazing things are happening, we're just sending out the message that, yeah, you know what, I'm missing something in my life. A good friend of mine, Timaine, once said to me, hey, why do you buy lottery tickets? Because when you buy the lottery tickets, all you're saying to the universe is that you don't have this money, this wealth, and please give me this wealth. And I would always say back to her, I said, that may be true, but part of it is just fun. It's just the fun of the possibility of winning it. Somebody has to win it. Why not create the opportunity to create even more abundance? But within that, if you're going to rely on winning a lottery, winning a windfall of money to create success in your life, you're going about things the wrong way. Because you can't control that. You can manifest a lot of things in your life, but you can't really control that. What you can do is become that reality architect. Another friend of mine once said, well, what do I do about my anxiety? What do I do about my stress and things like that I've got going on? Realize that you may want to get it under control, and there's a different way of doing it. Become what we call a reality architect. Know that you and you alone are the most incredible force of influence in your life. And as that most incredible force of influence in your life, you can do so many things to affect it. Anxiety really at its core is the feeling that things are out of control. That we can focus on things to the point where we're so worried that we get the heart palpitations and we can't sleep properly. And much like my friends who suffer from anxiety, I have the same issues. I like to change the dialogue that's going on in my head, and I like to say, you know what, I got this. I am strong. I am positive. I can create. I can do the things I need to do. I can create more opportunities to work. I can create more opportunities to get out and speak. I am a speaker, and you know what? I am a healer. And when I throw those I am statements out, and you can do the same thing, all of a sudden, the wanting, I don't want to be a healer. I don't want to be a speaker. I am. That is the difference. If you want to go from being somebody who wants something. Another friend of mine on Facebook, she says, I want to be a motivational speaker. I've got a visible disability, and I want to be a singer. Okay, go from wanting to becoming. And then she says, well, what information can you give me? And I'm like, here's the information. So become that. Tell yourself each day, I am. And I'm going to create more opportunities to speak more frequently. I am a speaker. I am a motivator. I am somebody, I love designing custom tracks, custom audio tracks for people, for my clients, for anybody, so that they can really go from the wanting to the reality of being. So talking about the other day, I was putting an audio track together for somebody who was lacking a little bit of energy. And part of that audio track was, I am energy. I am success. I am working out. I'm becoming stronger and stronger. I am better and better each and every day. Now, when we get that incredibly positive message all the time, and that's where audio tracks really come in handy. When you get that, any negativity that's in your mind is blasted out of the way by that voice of confidence that you can hear. And that's why it's really good to have motivational tracks. That's why it's really good to write down motivational sayings. It's great to write them down. It's great to have them in front of you. And it's also great to recite them and to believe them. That I am statement. You know, if I say, hey, I am an astronaut, well, clearly I'm not. And clearly at 52 years of age, I'm not going to create the opportunity for that. However, what I can say is, I am getting out there. I am connecting. I am reaching out. And when we talk about I am a public speaker, and now we talk about, okay, so if I'm a public speaker, I need to create more opportunities to speak. And say, for example, I've got some coming up this weekend. I've got some coming up with a walk to make cystic fibrosis history. I'm hosting that along with my fellow kinsmen. I'm doing that. That is, I'm a speaker, and hey, organizations, if you want somebody to speak, I'm your guy. That's me creating that opportunity. For LCI Dry Grad, I am a hypnotist, so I am doing a show. And I'm doing a clean show for it because that's the type of hypnosis show that I do. I am. So we don't go from, gee, I want to be this. We go from that moment of desire, meaning I don't have that at all, to saying, hey, I am now creating the opportunity to make it happen. I'm moving from that low vibration of want. You know, you ever notice how when you shift from wanting something to becoming that thing, your energy goes up. You feel better. You feel more confident. You feel like you're on top of the world. Just like as I talk about this, sometimes I tend to get a lot more energetic about it because I feel better when I hear those words of affirmation myself. I hope you feel better too. Because hearing words of affirmation just lets us know that we've got this. You can do it. You know, in southern Alberta, we've got a lot of issues going on. People talking about the clean injection, the safe injection sites, and the needles being all around and whatever. And there's been some negative banter back and forth. And you know what? Let's address that. Let's absolutely address that. And let's create more positivity. Jesse, thank you very much for the compliment this morning. Let's create more positivity. If you've got needles in your area, guess what? There is a needle cleanup hotline that you can call. And they'll come and pick them up. Okay? Keep that in mind. There is always something you can do about it. All you have to do is say, I am involved in the community. I am a solution to the problem. If you say that, you become the solution to the problem. I am a healer. I am a therapist. And all of a sudden, when I say that, and I believe it, all of a sudden, the phone rings or I get the Facebook messages. I get people going like, hey, James, hey, Jim, can you help me out? I need to do this. I need to make this positive switch. Yeah, I can help you do that. I am a health coach. I can help you make that difference in your life. I am that person who is moving forward and making more positive things happen. I have the training. I am. Now, you can move forward no matter what situation you're in, be it positive, negative, whatever your relationship status is, whatever your work status is, whatever your health status is. One of the best things that you can do to change it is by getting that I am. Believe in yourself. And how do we begin to believe in ourselves? You might look at it and you might say, you know, a couple of friends of mine, relationships are ups and downs and everything like that. My heart goes out to you people. Okay, we're all in that boat from time to time. And sometimes people stick around for a marriage that is just not productive, but they do it because they don't feel like they have any other options. Okay, one of the best things you can do is that I am statement. When you say it, I am. Say it out loud. I am enough. I am worthy. I am healthy. I am beautiful. I am amazing. I am great. I am. Write it down in front of you. Put it on a mirror in front of you right now. Even have it written down on your screen. Even post it right here. I am enough. when you make those positive statements, you fundamentally change. You fundamentally change the energy in your body. You change your mindset. You push the negativity aside, and incredible things begin to happen. And if you think I'm full of crap, you are absolutely wrong, because you know what? We know that years ago, Dr. Emoto, he did a study of words and water. And what he found was what you think about and what you project into that water, what you say to that water when you hold it in your hands, it changes the crystal structures of that water when you freeze it. Dr. Emoto, look it up. These are truths. Thoughts really become things. And you know that when you think happy thoughts, you feel better. Guess why? Because those happy thoughts, not only are they affecting your subconscious mind, your conscious mind, but they are also affecting the water in your body. They're changing how you feel about yourself. If you go around telling yourself that, oh man, I am fat, I cannot get thin, guess what? You've just increased the likelihood that you're going to be fat, or you're going to perceive yourself as being fat or unhealthy and not able to be thin. How you think about yourself, what you desire from your life, these things all begin with a thought in your mind. Thoughts become things. Change how you think about something. Change about what you desire. Now, it's okay to desire things. It's okay to desire that house on the hill. It's okay to desire, that huge amount of money, the winning lottery ticket. It's okay to desire these things. What are you doing about it? What are you doing to take that step forward to create that? I was listening to Jim Rohn speak about different things, about farming and about, being able to see the crops growing. And when you can see the crops growing in your mind, you can then see them in reality. When you are sitting in a building, say for example, the studio I'm in here right now with the green screen behind me, downtown Lethbridge on 4th Avenue. That's where the Jess FM studios are, and that's where I usually do my Facebook Lives from, and that's where I am this morning. When I'm here, I know that somebody saw this building in their mind. And when they saw it in their mind, they were able to bring it into reality by creating it. You see it first. You draw the plans up. I've got many clients, friends, people who they're architects, designers, creators, fixers, builders of things. And they see what they want to have for the future. They see it in their mind first. And when they see it in their mind first, they then have a way of bringing it into reality. Thoughts really do become things. Everything starts off with a thought. So what do you desire today? What do you desire? Well, let's see. How about I throw this out there? I've talked about this before. I can talk about it again. I desire that this weekend, it's a busy weekend. My daughter's graduating from high school. It's a friend's life celebration, and it's the Kinsman. It's the CF Walk, a walk to make cystic fibrosis history. I'm heavily involved in all of those events. I want to see those events. I am seeing those events becoming a successful event for myself and my family. I see my family who's flying in from out east. I see them having a safe flight, and I see myself picking them up at the airport. And even though how I see these things may turn out completely different from what I think is going to happen, the fact is when we see something first, we create the greatest opportunity for it to be a success. Here's something you can do for yourself today. Test it out. Prove me right. Prove yourself right. Prove that you have the power to make this happen. Prove it. Darren, thank you very much for joining in. I really appreciate you being along for the ride. Thank you very much for the compliment. Do this, whether you're in Grand Prairie, whether you're in Lethbridge, whether you're in Mexico, whether you're in Vancouver Island, on Vancouver Island. Prove this to yourself. When you go out shopping, when you go out looking for a parking spot today, desire that parking spot. See it in your mind first. See yourself parking by the door or parking where you want to park. And then drive to the parking lot. Don't want it. Just desire it and believe it's there for you. And just drive around. Go, you know what? I know it's here. I'm going to find it. And lo and behold, what happens is you affect your vision. And as you desire that parking spot, and I realize it's a small thing, but as you desire that parking spot, all of a sudden it comes available and you see it. When you change how you desire and you believe in that thing that you desire, and you expect it to be a reality, it comes true. Your brain will take steps to make it happen. We have this amazing perceptual process that really, it makes these things happen. If you've read The Secret, if you've watched the movie, and I highly recommend you do it, but take it one step further, okay? You desire something. There's a great story in there, what she talks about in the Secret. She talks about wanting a relationship. And then as she wants that relationship, you know, so many people I know, they want to have a good relationship. Yet what happens is they don't leave room in their life for the relationship. And in the story, in The Secret, how that goes is the woman realizes, hey, wait a minute. I own my own house. I've got a great job. I got my own car and everything like that. And then she realizes, wait, I don't have any room for a relationship. She realizes that there's no space in the garage for a partner. There's no room in her bedroom. There's no room in her closet. There's no room in her life. So what did she do? She then sought to create some room. So what she did was she cleaned out half her dresser, cleaned out half her closet, and cleaned out the garage so that when that partner came along, that ideal person came along, and she knew it would happen. How did she know it would happen? Because she believed in herself. And she believed in her power to manifest things. She believed that if she desired something and threw it out to the universe, throw it out there to the universe, she believed she could have it. She could expect it. And she had to carry on with an action plan that proved that it could become reality. A couple of months later, Mr. Right came along, and she was able to make that happen. Now, think about this. She came at that from a very high vibration, and I want you to be aware of this. You may desire a lot of different things. Okay, you may desire that relationship. Sometimes we get depressed over it. Sometimes things just don't go the way we want them to go. Sometimes we desire too much. Dial that back a little bit. Make that change. If you find that you're thinking all the time about it and you just want, make a change. Go from wanting to becoming. Go from wanting and desiring to believing success will happen. Because you know what? That right person is out there. There are all kinds of men and women I know who are looking for that right person. And all they have to do is create the opportunity for that person to come along. There are all kinds of people out there that desire to be healthier. And yet what do? They continue to do the very things that make them unhealthy. How insane is that? Let's make a change today. Now, we talked about that last week. I talked about, you know what? I want to help people along a journey. I want to help 20 to 30 people make positive change happen. I want to take you from desiring to be healthy to being healthy, and I have a simple approach to it. It starts here. What we can focus on, what we can see, and then what we can believe. That's the key. That's the first step. And then we move forward from there. And then amazing things are going to happen. Desire, belief, and expectation. And yes, we have to believe. We have to believe 100%. And sometimes when you've struggled from health plan to health plan, diet to diet, you just don't believe anymore. I tell you what, connection and knowing that, you know, yeah, you may feel a little lonely. You may feel like you're on your journey by yourself. Your connection is going to make a huge difference. Your ability to believe in yourself is going to propel you forward. Go, stop wanting. We all want, we all desire. Now believe. There is that Mrs. Right or Mr. Right for you. And I hope you find them soon. Or you're already in that perfect relationship. Now it's time for the perfect job. Or you're in that perfect relationship. You got the perfect job. Now it's time for your health. One of the best things you can do for yourself, create more time. Do the best you can to create more health and time in your life so that you can be healthier. There are all kinds of people posting all kinds of great ways to be healthier on Facebook. Some of them are radical, some of them seem crazy, and some of them just work really, really well. Connect with those people. Do what feels right. And sometimes, set a goal for yourself. If your goal is, I want to have a good relationship by the end of the year. Well, maybe it's not that you need a good relationship by the end of the year. Maybe it's that you need to be healthy enough to have a good relationship. Maybe it's just that you need to be healthy enough to be able to get working out, to be able to get running the stairs, to be able to have that job that you desire, to travel, to do the things you need to do. Maybe it's just that you need to work on yourself first. Desire belief and expectation. Desire positive change. Write it down. It starts with those statements. I said it before. It's an affirmation. You hold it up like a sign in front of yourself. I am. When I wanted to be a better bass player, when I wanted to be in better health, I am clean and free. I am healthier. I am working out. I am a healer. I am a therapist. I am a hypnotist. I am a speaker. I say all these things. It's not to move myself in different directions, but it is to define myself so that as I define myself, I can move away from being an enigma to some people to being something and someone that they can connect with, that can help them. And then they know. Same thing for yourself. Move away from being that enigma. Move away from I just don't know. I don't know what'll make me happy. Yeah, you do. If going for a walk and listening to your favorite music makes you happy, that's step one. Be happy. Happiness is a great vibration. Raise up that vibration and say, I am healthy. I am happy. Anytime you're moving, you're partway there. I am healing. Maybe you just suffered an injury of some kind and you're just, I don't know what I'm going to do. I can't do this. Stop with the can'ts. The body is meant to heal. It will heal. And when you get that thought in your mind that, yes, I am healing, I'm getting better and better each and every day, all of a sudden you fundamentally change the vibration of your body and your body changes. Be positive. So today, going from want and being depressed over the fact that, I don't see it, it's not there, what I want is not becoming a reality for me. Go from wanting to believing that you are worthy of it. Yes, you can have it. We live a life of abundance. And it starts up here. Thoughts become things. Everything that we do, everything we've ever created begins as a thought. Check your thoughts. See where your thoughts are right now. Where are they and where are they going? When I do custom audio programs for people, and they say, hey, James, you design me a track. I need it for when I'm working out. I need it for when I'm biking. I need it for when I'm powerlifting. I become that voice of positivity in that person's head because they realize sometimes they get a little bit off track. It's no problem. It's what I do professionally. That's how I help. I am that voice of positivity. Let me be a voice of positivity for you. Let me be a voice of positivity in this very, very narrow aspect of things for you and your friends. Take this video, share this video. Have me come out to speak to your group, whether it's a school group, a business group, whatever. Let's share the positivity. Let me show you the simple things that you can do to shift that vibration, to make positive things happen, because you have the power to do it. Sometimes it just takes a little inspiration. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of guidance. We all have the power to be happy. We all have the power to move forward and to create amazing things in life. We have that. Let's move from wanting. Let's move from, will it ever happen? Let's go from that to reality. I believe it can happen, and I believe I have the power to make that happy. Debbie, thanks. Deb, sorry. Thank you for that little thumbs up. Yeah, we have the power. Absolutely. Put the doubt aside. You have the power. You are amazing. You are the single most creative force of influence in your life. Be that positive or negative. We are our own best enemies and our own best friends all at the same time. What's your choice going to be today? How about let's make the choice to build ourselves up. Let's find some amazing things happening. Let's move forward and let's stay inspired. Let's connect. And when we build each other up, when we share these positive messages, Can you imagine how much better things would be if all we had around us were positive messages flowing forward about things that we can do, solutions we can find, tips and things that help us move forward in a positive way? We are stronger as a community than as a bunch of individuals. So as a community, let's create opportunities to become more inspired and to make incredible things happen. Do me a favor on this day. Stay inspired. Be amazing. Feel amazing. I am. That's the statement you need. I am. And you put in your own word afterwards. I am inspired. I thank you guys for the compliments this morning. I thank you guys for joining in. Please share the inspiration. Share the motivation by design. And let's all move forward together. And let's create great things. And yes, there's a drug epidemic. Yes, there's too much racism. Yes, there's too much violence. Yes, there's too much crime. Let's take a step to be a voice of positivity and find solutions. Stop your whining and complaining. Find a solution. And let's work together and let's make things better. There are so many resources available to us. We just have to access them. Stay inspired. Be amazing. We'll chat soon. Mark Campbell is going to join me on the program tomorrow morning. For more information about this, check out one of my websites, powerhypnotist.com or jamescastelli.ca or motivationbydesign.ca. Have an amazing day. Remember, I am. That's the statement. I am healthy. I'm amazing. I'm great. I am. Use those words. What do you want to become today and continue becoming tomorrow? Stay inspired, my friends. We'll chat soon. Bye for now.